Welcome to my channel. Hi everybody, welcome to my channel, and it's Vlogmas Day 24. Happy. Today I'm going to be taking care of some last minute details for today and tomorrow, and that means that I will be beginning to prepare the shrimp for Christmas Eve and for tonight. And I think I'm going to be soaking those shrimp in white wine and lemon juice. And then I have to prepare the stuffing for tomorrow's turkey. And so the bread will have to soak, and I will have to prepare the ingredients for the mixture. And so you've already seen me do the filling, and it'll be exactly the same process as I showed you a few days ago. I'm also working on a very delicious cranberry raspberry sauce, and I couldn't find plums this year. I don't know why. I can't imagine what could be wrong. I've managed to find plums every holiday season, and this is probably the first time I haven't seen them anywhere. And you know, it's going to differ a little from the last cranberry sauce I made for you a couple of years ago. So stay tuned. I'm going to be throwing in a couple of apricots, and it's going to be very simple. And so that will be pretty much the last recipe for 2024. But there are a few recipes that I filmed maybe 2-3 months ago that are still not up yet, and are going to be coming up very soon. And I've been saving them all this time for after the holidays because I'm kind of worn out. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful holiday season and that you manage to get all of your things done and out of the way so you can enjoy your holidays. And let's just hope that the weather doesn't make life dangerous on the roads for the holiday season. I don't know why it always ends up that we have a major storm right then on the 24th, and for me that will put a damper on my spirits just a little. Although I love to see snow on Christmas, and much more than that bear on Christmas is definitely a no-no for me. So let's get started with the cranberry sauce. Have you ever seen a raspberry as perfect as this? I haven't. I'm also going to be adding into the cranberries and the raspberries a little cinnamon, ginger, a tiny little bit of brown sugar, and nutmeg, and that's about it. Some ginger. I am out of allspice, but you could throw some of that in too. And depending on what you eat with it, I would say that if you want it to be more like a dessert sort of sauce, you could also throw in some chocolate and maybe some syrup, whatever pleases you. But this is going to be hopefully a kind of mixture of very slightly sweet and not too sour, hopefully. A sauce that can go over, say, mashed potatoes or vegetables, maybe the turkey. And so you don't want it to be too overwhelmingly sweet, just enough to, you know, blend in with the other flavors that you're going to be having with your dinner. The recipe also calls for a little water, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with the, cutting up the fruit and adding the water and heating everything together. The next task I have is to soak the shrimp in lemon juice and white wine, and then I'll be coating the shrimp with maybe a little flour and some breadcrumbs and parsley, pepper, and salt. You could add garlic, but I'm not going to. And they're going to bake. So that's almost my traditional Christmas Eve meal. Also going to be boiling these for today and tomorrow. And I'm just going to rinse them out and boil the entire package. And I can always prepare them differently tomorrow or even the next day if I get tired of simply having boiled beans. And but I love the taste of green beans, so it won't really matter what I do to them. And the hard bread is for the turkey stuffing, and so I have to soak them. White wine. Well, guys, that's all there is to the breaded shrimp. I'm not going to let them bake for too long, maybe 20-30 minutes or so. and they should be more than ready by then. And so my other jobs cannot be done today. I have to simply take out the turkey from the freezer, and I'm also going to be taking out the pieces that were left over from the gravy so I can make some turkey soup. And I don't know if it's worth mentioning, but my weird dreams are still continuing, and strangely they are almost all little bits and pieces that have been inserted into my Vlogmas episodes. And I don't know why certain moments stand out more than others, but I can guarantee that I've spent more than enough time walking around in stores. And so that memory really sticks with me. I didn't do as many walkthroughs as I normally do, but I didn't want to put too much emphasis on shopping and buying, because that really isn't the true meaning of Christmas, although we express our gratitude and our affection for other people through gifts. I don't think it's necessarily the entire thing that we need to remember about Christmas. I think it's more or less trying to understand the meaning, the full and exact meaning of what Christmas really is all about. And of course, for those of you who don't celebrate it and celebrate maybe something else or celebrate it differently, it's still more or less a wonderful time of the year where all of us can sort of get together, maybe put our heads together and try to come up with some solutions regarding world issues and problems that keep cropping up over and over again. And, you know, it never pays to be divided, no matter what the issue is and what the other person thinks. You can really work through these things with an open mind and resolve these issues with togetherness, without being hostile or resentful, and without being stubborn. Togetherness and acceptance and peace is what we really all need. And so this is where I'm going to be spending the rest of my evening. It's warm in here. I can't begin to tell you how cold I've been all day. I don't like to keep the heat up very much because it prevents me from getting a good night's sleep, but I'm really frozen. Even now, my hands are like ice. And so I think I'm just going to stay in here and try to warm up. Probably try to drink a cup of warm tea while the shrimp is cooking. And I'll have to see if I can warm up. I'm so cold. That's a little better. Oh. It's awfully hard to warm up when you've been cold all day long. And I think the next step for me would be to just soak in a hot tub. But it's too early to turn in. And I want to enjoy Christmas Eve just thinking about things that make me feel good, you know, nice memories, and past Christmases spent with my loved ones. And, you know, I keep going back to the dream about my friend, Robert, not his real name, but I remember now that I met him when I was living at the old house the neighborhood that I was showing you before, not the neighborhood where my father had his business, but a residential neighborhood. And I remember moving in there very early when I was maybe 13, 12, 13. I met Robert right around Christmas time, right before Christmas. And I remember how excited he was when I asked him if he wanted to drop in for Christmas Eve. And of course, my entire family was there. And, or at least most of them. Some of them had previous engagements. But I remember how wonderful everybody thought he was. And he was. Guys, he was a good person. Up until the point where, things went wrong in his life and he didn't find the proper way to cope. And I can't criticize him because he didn't have the correct guidance. I know he was about my age. I can't recall if he was younger or older. But it was before I went to college, teacher's college. It was after I graduated from university. So I was like in my mid-20s, younger mid-20s. And so I was still quite young and idealistic. And when I met him, I thought, he's so perfect. He's such a nice friend. And I'm so glad that I met him. And the idea was that because I had met him around Christmas time, I thought that it was something that made me pay more attention to him. I don't know exactly what it was, but it was almost like a sign that, wow, this could turn into something good. Here I am. I met him right before Christmas, and already we're such great pals, so many of my dreams have been right on Robert this week. And, dreams about getting a message from him, or dreams about hearing him on the telephone trying to tell me something. And it's amazing because I never actually see Robert in my dream, but I know that this other person that's trying to connect with me is Robert. And I know that it's very important in the dream, the way that I'm perceiving it, that I hurry up and find out whatever it is that he has to tell me, either by finding him or by trying to understand what it is that he wants me to know about. And so, I'm still getting all kinds of weird snatches of dream here and there that just don't really tell me anything. And so I think I'm going to leave you guys with that. I'm going to try to hurry up, pick up my pace a little with the comments, but I have all of January to catch up. And I'm not in a big rush, but I know that it doesn't make a very good impression on you. In just trying to say that I appreciate all of your comments and they will not go unnoticed. I will respond to them as soon as I'm done with the holidays, because I have a mountain of work in front of me with the cooking that I have to do and the editing for tomorrow's vlog as well. So I enjoy doing it. That's why I'm doing it. And whether I get monetized or not, I don't care. I like doing this, especially the Vlogmas. It's very nerve-wracking, and I had to sacrifice appearing decently on YouTube for getting the vlogs up in time. And I think that's something so many of us struggle with. If we put our minds to doing Vlogmas, we have to realize that we have to, I have to do better. I have to do much better than that. And I remember I had the same problem the other two Vlogmas that I did. I did Vlogmas last year and the year before. My first year on YouTube, I did Vlogmas for 2 months. And I uploaded every day for 2 years. So it didn't really, wasn't much of a big deal. But my editing was not like this. So maybe I should tone that down a bit. And it would make life easier for me anyway. So guys, thank you so much for stopping in on Christmas Eve. I don't want to keep you from your families and loved ones on Christmas Eve, so I'm going to let you go right here. If you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'm wishing everyone a very happy and Merry Christmas, and please stay safe throughout the entire holiday season.